Mr. Jaju, you were talking about IPO companies coming back to the IPO capital markets to tap some capital by listing and things like that. When do you think that will happen, and how many companies are looking at listing themselves in the stock exchanges?
The real estate sector has a huge demand, and the fundamentals of the sector haven't changed. If one takes a longer term perspective, there is a huge demand for the end product, whether it's residential or office or hospitality or retail space, and hence companies that have plans in this sector will look at raising capital from the public markets as well. It's a function of how the markets are at this point of time. The primary markets are not in a great shape till the secondary market improves, and my sense is that once we see the listed players in the real estate sector performing well, once that happens, some of the companies that have deferred their IPO plans may start looking at coming back to the public markets to raise capital.
So how many companies do you think are looking at tapping capital markets?
See, at this point of time, we have hardly a dozen companies that have listed on the Indian markets through the real estate sector, and some of these have been the larger players in key markets. Several large players continue to remain unlisted, and there are several mid-sized to smaller players who receive private equity funding, or players which have larger ambition. So there would be a large number of companies. There must be about 10 to 20 companies which would have had IPO plans in some form or the other, which currently have put them on a hold, which would probably look at activating that once the market stabilize.